Hello and welcome to Football Daily, and here are 10 pairs of teammates who couldn't stand each other. 10. Zlatan and Onyewu. It's just as well that Zlatan is a good player, as he's notoriously difficult off the pitch. During his time at AC Milan, the Swede found himself on the wrong side of American defender Onyewu, a 6'4" man mountain who even the giant Ibra described as the size of a house. During an argument, Onyewu shushed Zlatan and the striker saw red. The next day in training, Ibrahimovic jumped into a tackle with his studs up, attempting to take out the defender. Onyewu dodged the challenge, but a fight ensued with Zlatan landing a headbutt and both men taking a pummeling. Other players separated the two, and afterwards, Ibrahimovic found out that he'd broken a rib in the scuffle. Onyewu has since retired, but he might just be the only man who has ever overpowered the Swedish centre-forward. Number 9. Joey Barton and Ousmane Dabo. French midfielder Ousmane Dabo arrived at Manchester City in 2006 from Lazio. There, he found himself competing with Joey Barton for a place in the team, and tensions built in the squad in the run-up to the Manchester derby. A couple of dirty challenges in training led to the two exchanging insults, and their accounts diverge. Barton claims that Dabo started a fight, so Barton punched him twice, knocking his rival out cold. Meanwhile, Dabo alleged Barton attacked him from behind, repeatedly hitting him until he passed out. Barton was arrested, charged with assault, and given a 4-month suspended prison sentence, while the FA banned him for 6 games and fined him £25,000. He left City, and Dabo returned to Lazio a year later. 8. Oliver Kahn and Jens Lehmann. Two wonderful keepers, Lehmann and Kahn were international teammates, with Kahn the undisputed top dog for Germany until the 2006 World Cup. By that time, the Bayern legend had declined from his unbeatable peak, and Lehmann took his number 1 shirt, having a fantastic tournament as Germany reached the semis. Kahn questioned Lehmann's promotion in the press, while the Arsenal man complained of Kahn's self-importance. The feud got pettier and pettier, with the Volcano mocking his compatriot for losing his place to Manuel Almunia, and Lehmann insulting Kahn's 24-year-old girlfriend. And given that neither man is known for being particularly cuddly or forgiving, we don't see this beef getting squashed anytime soon. Number 7. Lothar Matthäus and Stefan Effenberg. Another German war is in at 7. Effenberg and Matthäus turned out together for the German national team and Bayern Munich. Both starting in the 1999 Champions League final, they eventually lost to Man United. But off the pitch, the two absolutely hated each other. Effenberg used his autobiography to attack Germany's most capped player of all time, calling him a big mouth and a quitter because he didn't take a penalty in the 1990 World Cup final. That was the year that Matthäus won the Ballon d'Or. Matthäus also enjoyed a frosty relationship with Jurgen Klinsmann, after once betting £5,000 that the forward would not manage 15 goals in a season. Meanwhile, Effenberg pissed off pretty much everyone, including another teammate, Thomas Strunz, whose wife left him for Effenberg. 6. Gerard Piqué and Alvaro Arbeloa. To be honest, Gerard Piqué has beefed with pretty much every Real Madrid player at some point, but the Catalan has saved his worst for former Spain colleague Alvaro Arbeloa. A dyed-in-wool Barca man, Piqué mocked Los Blancos after they were ejected from the Copa del Rey for fielding an ineligible player, and called Arbeloa a cone, perhaps referring to his lack of pace. Arbeloa accused Piqué of lacking respect, while one-time Madrid man Esteban Granero said he should recognise his superiors, to which Piqué responded with a tweet containing 26 trophy emojis. The Barca lost 1-0 to Real Sociedad in April 2016. Arbeloa joked, "How difficult is it to win against 11 men?" prompting Piqué to say, "Player who has started once in 32 games doesn't deserve a response." Spicy stuff. Number 5. Robin van Persie and Klaas Huntelaar. The Netherlands squad has slipped a little since the days of Bergkamp, Davids and Seedorf, but at the 2010 World Cup, the Dutch had 2 outstanding strikers in Robin van Persie and Klaas Huntelaar. However, both accused the other of being selfish and seemed incapable of playing together. The uncompromising leadership of Louis van Gaal got the best out of them at the 2014 World Cup as they reached the semi-final, but in qualifying for Euro 2016, the rivalry reappeared. Against Kazakhstan, Huntelaar complained to Van Persie when the former Man United man refused to pass to him, prompting Van Persie to make a shut-up gesture. Ruud Gullit claimed the team would struggle if the two forwards couldn't get along, and he was right, as the Netherlands missed out on the Euros for the first time in 32 years. 4. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Rafael Van Der Vaart. A second entry for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This rivalry started during his days at Ajax. He and Van Der Vaart were away on international duty when the two squared off in a friendly between Sweden and the Netherlands. A heavy challenge from Ibra saw Van Der Vaart hobble off the field, and he told the press after the game that his teammate had injured him on purpose. Disgusted at the accusation, Zlatan confronted him back at Ajax, saying, "Accuse me again and I'll break both your legs." The relationship was unsalvageable, and Van Der Vaart went to Hamburg, Real Madrid and Tottenham, but never won a league outside the Netherlands. Meanwhile, Ibrahimovic won 9 more domestic championships in 3 different countries. Looks like round 2 goes to Zlatan. 3. Sheringham and Cole. Champions League and Premiership winners together at Manchester United, Teddy Sheringham and Andy Cole famously lacked the chemistry off the pitch that they had an abundance of on it. Apparently, the dislike began when Cole made his debut for the England national team. Having started the match on the bench, he was told he was coming on for Sheringham and waited on the touchline for the customary handshake from his teammate. But Sheringham walked straight past, snubbing the youngster, and the two never patched up their differences. In fact, at Old Trafford, they reportedly refused to talk to one another at all, and Dwight Yorke was forced to act as their go-between during the 4 years they shared at United. Poor Yorkie. Number 2, Romario and Edmundo. Known as the bad boys of Brazilian football, Romario and Edmundo were 2 of the country's most talented and volatile forwards when they rejoined Vasco da Gama in the late 90s. Both had started their careers at Vasco, and both were keen to be the main man on returning to Rio. Edmundo refused to speak to Romario in private, and both maintained a hectic party lifestyle, though their brilliance on the pitch was unquestionable, combining to hammer the treble-winning Manchester United side 3-1 in the Club World Cup. However, in 2000, the club stripped Edmundo of the captaincy and handed it to Romario, and the two stopped passing to each other on the field. Edmundo eventually left, but his rival never forgot the dispute, saying, "They say his dream is to play alongside me in the national team. My dream is to never play with him again." Number 1, Maxi Lopez and Mauro Icardi. Soon there won't be anyone left who doesn't hate Icardi. The Argentinian striker was close to countryman Maxi Lopez when the two played together at Sampdoria, but the friendship came to an abrupt end when it was revealed that Icardi was having an affair with Lopez's wife, Wanda Nara. Lopez claimed that the Argentine mafia approached him, offering to break Icardi's legs. Meanwhile, the now Inter-forward married Nara and posted pictures of himself with Lopez's kids online, even getting a tattoo of the 3 children. The matches between the players' teams have now been christened the Wanda Derby, and unsurprisingly, Lopez has twice refused to shake Icardi's hand before a game. On the second occasion, he grabbed his groin instead, making it pretty clear what he thinks of his compatriot.
So there we have it, but what do you guys at home think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you click here for loads more great content and down there to subscribe. And as always guys, we'll catch you later.